Hi. As the school year begins, many people have likely taken APCSA. As a freshman who took the class and passed with 98% and got a 5 on the AP exam, I would say that the class is relatively easy. However, I've seen my classmates who just couldn't understand the topic. I've seen top A students who spent hours studying for this subject but ended up with a C or lower. And in this video, I'll be going over some advices to ensure your success in the class. So how hard exactly is this course? Before I begin, I would like to say that this section may be a little biased. Before I took this class, I've already been coding for 3 years. And although I've never touched Java, I've already mastered all the coding topics and concepts that were covered in this class. However, I will try and put aside my experiences and previous knowledge throughout the video. This is because I truly believe that this is a manageable class, as long as you have the right enthusiasm and studying methods. To start off, I would like to say again that this is not a super challenging course, as long as you have these two things. First, decent logic. Think, how good is my critical thinking skills? It can usually be represented through your math abilities. And the second one, which is the most important one, a true passion for programming. To be honest, one with no coding experience could probably pass the AP exam with a 5 with only about 3 months of studying. If you have strong previous backgrounds, I recommend you to not take the class and only take the AP exam. In all honesty, I regret taking the class as I found the class to be boring and paced extremely slowly. Take this as a reassurance that 95% of you guys will do fine in the class, as long as you study right. So how do you study correctly? Computer science is not like every other subject. Throughout the years, teachers have told us to take handwritten notes, to make flashcards or songs and memorize topics, to open a textbook and start reading. And within my class, that's exactly what my classmates are doing. That's exactly what the teachers told us and want us to do. But it is just so wrong. Don't get me wrong, these methods work very effectively for traditional subjects such as English, but this will never work for computer science. Never! You may be a top A student applying these methods for other classes, but if you do the exact same for computer science, you will struggle very hard. Why? Because computer science is a hands-on class. Take metal fabrication. Who do you think will be better? A student who has welded over 100 times, or a student who has read 3 textbooks on how to weld but has never actually done it? One of the fastest ways to learn programming is to just do it. For me, my first project was a Discord bot. When I first started, I didn't even know what an object was. I barely knew loops and arrays, and it took me 3 days to debug because I couldn't tell the difference between a backtick and a single quote. But that doesn't matter. The project grew into a complete all-purpose bot that consists of over 10,000 lines of code. Within a year, I was able to teach myself all aspects of programming with no deliberate memorizations, no textbooks, and no notes. It doesn't matter if you don't know anything. Just start. Screw it. You have a dream? Go chase it. The skills will naturally come to you as you continue your journey. However, this is built on top of one very important thing: passion. I'm going to be honest, computer science is not for everyone. Without true interest and passion, it is hard to make it far. Sure, you can pass this class with flying colors. You can get a CS major. But you will struggle, and you won't be able to compete with people who have true interest. And not many people have true passion in coding. By true passion, I mean willing to spend at least 10 hours on a weekend working on your personal projects. Having the spirit of, I will not sleep tonight unless I fix this bug. The spirit to find an answer to how things work and how to improve them. The ability to sit at your desk for 4 hours to debug your code only to find out that it's because you misspelled a word. Now, if your only goal is to pass APCSA, either that's because you only took the class because your parents forced you to, or you're still trying to figure out if you actually like computer science or not, I can assure you that you do not need to spend 10 hours on a weekend just to pass. However, doing is still one of the most effective ways to learn and study. Go make a to-do list app. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to do it. Break down the problem into small pieces and tackle them one at a time. Something I've noticed with my classmate also really baffled me. You would think that a generation who grew up with technologies would know best how to use them to solve problems, but so many times I've seen people getting an error or don't know how to do something and just sit there. Google is your best friend in computer science. If you don't know something, Google it. If you get an error, paste in the error and Google it. Chances are there will be an answer. After Googling it, apply it and add it to your code. Congratulations, you just learned something new. The process of attempting, researching, reading, and doing will leave a long-lasting memory on how to do something. Especially as you code more and more, you'll have to solve these similar problems again and again. These will almost become muscle memories. For example, you might have a hard time memorizing how to use a for loop when you first learned it. After writing hundreds of them for different scenarios, I bet you won't even have to have a second thought before writing. AI is also your friend. Now, do not become a vibe coder. If you don't know what that is, that's someone who just gives AI prompts and use their code. This has many problems, as one, you're not learning, and two, at a higher level, the AI is often wrong. AI is really helpful for explaining topics you don't understand. It is also helpful for giving you a direction of what to do when you don't know how to solve a problem. For example, you can ask AI what is the most effective way to search an array, and it might say something like binary sort. Now, you can take that answer and go Google it or ask AI to explain it to you and implement it yourself in your code. Congratulations, you just learned what binary sorting is. However, if you just tell AI to code it for you and copy paste it into your code, sure, it might work, but you never learn what binary sort is, and you will never learn like that. Curiosity is also important. Always strive for a better way of doing something. Google the differences between the two similar things, such as the difference between an if statement and a switch statement. Google how you could loop through an array more effectively. All of this is only possible with passion. Hopefully, these methods will help you succeed in APCSA. If you want me to make a series covering all the topics taught in APCSA, then comment down below and I will consider making one. Thank you.